Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, whenever it is you're going to be watching this, everybody.
Morning.
We have a very special guest, local legend, Mr. Jack Whittle Music with us.
Woo! I want to say
Also known
legend.
as just Jack Whittle.
Yeah, that's it. And Nick Zonis.
Yeah, and my
Thanks.
name is, of course, Nick Azonis.
Thanks
I
for
want
having
to thank
me,
you
man.
so much for being on the show today.
You're welcome. Thanks for
Yeah.
inviting me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, for those of you just joining us, if this is your first one, this is just a singer-songwriter showcase where we sit down. Normally we'd be on a couch like musicians do at their houses. You just sit on a couch and you just share ideas and share songs and have some fun. And I wanted to get some of that intimacy out to you guys to let you see what it's all about.
Yeah.
So, but of course, because of social distancing, we have 6 feet in between us. And awesome guitars too. Which
Nice.
we'll talk a little bit about today. Jack and I are both enthusiasts.
We're nerds.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it boils down to. Hashtag nerds. Make sure you guys save that hashtag for later. So, Jack, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where'd you how did you start music, and what were some other activities you did growing up and stuff like that?
Oh, man. I was born and raised here in the area, just over the border to
Okay.
Illinois, Calumet City, blah, blah, blah. Ooh, reverb.
Yeah.
So I started playing music. I was forced into sports, and I didn't like it. And I was like, I want to do something else. And my parents like, all right, it's cool if you quit baseball as long as you're doing something. So I joined band. It was
Cool.
pretty awesome.
What did you play in band?
Saxophone, alto.
Really?
I wasn't that good.
I was gonna say I've never seen you play alto before.
No, I kind of quit when I got out of high school.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And, trial to the internet age, YouTube, looking up music and stuff.
Yeah.
And my parents, my father in particular, liked taking us to music festivals.
Okay. That's super
Munster.
cool.
Munster used to have a really great blues fest.
They did.
Yeah.
Munster Blues Fest.
Yeah, Munster would be awesome.
Munster Blues Fest.
That's okay. Griffith picked up the slack.
Yeah, Griffith's doing a great job.
Yeah.
I would say that, we met about 4 years ago, 5 years
That's
ago.
4. That's when I moved back into the area.
I would say it was about 4 years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time seeing you, you had this acoustic guitar with like a bullet hole in it.
Classic.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, let's see what this guy's like. I had no idea what to expect, like musically, and so you started doing this like picking thing with your right hand that I never see anybody do around here. And I was
you don't
like,
see much of
that is like a really old school folk kind of bluesy.
Probably doing this.
Yeah, it was like that kind of like chicken picking thing,
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, there's like not a whole lot of guys that do that kind of stuff around here. So I was really intrigued to hear what you were going to play. And I was like enchanted by the fact that I felt like I was sitting in like a saloon in 1950s or something, And it was just really cool.
I'm
So,
glad you liked it.
yeah, so I guess, that's kind of how I describe you as an artist and a musician. But like, what would you say? I'm not going to ask how would you categorize yourself. But what I would ask is who are some influences that really kind of influenced that style of playing?
Yeah, well, if I were to categorize myself, or just go with that for a little bit, I like to say blues and American roots. It used to be heavy on the blues, but over the last 5 years or so, I've really expanded in just love of many old American styles. Influences, people who got me into that, Ry Cooder, who is musician, sideman, fronts his own projects. He's still alive. He's old now, though. He's like in his 70s. He recorded with the Stones on a couple things. Captain Beefheart on a couple things. Even worked with Zappa a little bit. But he's just this monster slide guitar player, weird rhythm. He's recorded so many albums and produced a lot of albums. Lots of old blues, gospel. He even got into like calypso and Cuban music.
Okay.
You know Buena Vista Social Club?
Oh, yeah.
He produced that. He was
Really?
on guitar for some of it, too. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. You actually caught on. Klein's been learning some of their tunes. We're going to do some of the stuff. We're trying to put together a Latin set and Latin and world music set, I should say.
Well, you guys are Ry
specifically.
Cooder fans, too.
Yeah.
Didn't even know.
Oh, yeah. Didn't even know. That's pretty cool. Very sweet. But, so, that's kind of like your influences and like who you are, what you listen to, and that sort of thing. But as a songwriter,
Ha.
let's dive into that. Let's talk about maybe this first song, where it came from, who and or what was it about, I guess.
All right.
Or what's the
Songwriter.
concept?
I still think of myself as a fledgling songwriter, honestly. Still working at it, and maybe not hard enough at it, right? But it's a necessary tool. And I love songwriters. So, trying. Where did this song, it's a little bit of a kind of a country-ish, almost bluegrassy type thing. And I'm a big fan of that, especially over the last 4 or 5 years. I've been getting into country music. And, yeah, this came from a melody first. It was a melody.
Okay, so it was music first then. Let's talk about that.
Almost always music first.
Okay.
Almost always music first. Words are hard for me. I'm not the most eloquent fellow. But I like melody. I like rhythm. I like rhythm so much. Sometimes it's just rhythm first.
Okay. Just like a...
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Sometimes it's rhythm, and I think I like playing a Roomba or something, because I cover a lot of music, obviously. You do too.
Yeah, that's a big part
There's a feel and a mood that I want to have. So I start with a rhythm. No, it has to have, a Roomba, blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, it needs to be in a minor key or something like that. This one's not that, obviously. That's another song. This one came from, oh, man, I want that open strings, kind of quick, that bluegrassy thing. Trying my emulation of a bluegrassy thing.
So it was definitely influenced by rhythm and specifically, like you said, the melody and just like
melody,
the music first. So let's take them on a journey. Let's let them listen to the lyrics themselves.
Oh, okay. All right. Where my pick at?
G, you said, right?
Huh?
Key of G?
G as in Godzilla. All right.
This is my first time hearing this, so this will be fun.
Verse chorus is easy, no problem. The only thing is, during the instrumental section, we'll do like a 1-6-2-5 thing, all dominant chords.
Okay.
All right. Watch me mess up, y'all. Ha. Sick. 5. Yeah, I'm going down to Bloomington, gonna have myself a drink. Going down to Bloomington, yeah, drink till I can't think. Yeah, take 65 past Lafayette, go around in there. South 37 to Bloomington, where the good times are aplenty. I'm going down to Bloomington, gonna have myself a drink. Yeah, going down to Bloomington, yeah, drink till I can't think. Melody, yeah. Yeah, I'm going down to Bloomington, gonna have a look around. Going down to Bloomington, while troubles can't be found. Yeah, take 65 past Lafayette, go around in there. South 37 to Bloomington, where the good times are aplenty. I'm going down to Bloomington, gonna have a look around. Yeah, going down to Bloomington, while troubles can't be found. Billy. Nickers on us on the guitar. Yeah. Good mas. Yeah. Top, yeah. down to Bloomington, gonna have a look around. Yeah, going down to Bloomington while troubles can't be found. Yeah, take 65 past Lafayette, go around in there, South 37 to Bloomington where the good times are aplenty. I'm going down to Bloomington, gonna have a look around. Yeah, going down to Bloomington while troubles can't be found. The troubles can't be found. Troubles can't be found. Fine, yeah, I know, I'll throw a lot of changes in there, stuff, right? Ah, where my troubles can't be found. Hey, all right.
Well, that was fun.
Thank you.
That was fun.
That's going down to Bloomington, obviously.
So obviously, Bloomington, Indiana, I suppose. You're an IU grad, correct?
Yeah,
I
went to
remember
IU, graduated 2014, hung around for a couple more years. Very formative period in my life.
Okay. What did you study down there?
Sociology.
Sociology. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. The study of people.
It is,
Wow.
yeah, and groups of people, which is kind of the difference between that and psychology, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
interactions
really
among
interesting.
people.
That's cool. How do you think that you said that was very formative for you?
Yes.
What would you say was like some of the top 3 things from that education and that experience down in Bloomington that really helped make you who you are up to this point, of course?
Yeah, musically at least. I was a DJ at the local radio station, the college radio station, WIUX. Woo! Did that for 3 years, and I had to listen to so much music because I had to come up with a different show every week. You know, an hour block talking about music, listening to music. Really expanded and deepened my love for music, which is sweet.
So that was, would you say that that's kind of like what pushed you to propel from like going into music specifically, or just kind of influenced it in a way that was coinciding with what you were already planning on doing?
I think that really influenced the music I make,
Okay.
for sure, and my knowledge of various musics. I don't know if it made me a musician, though. Here's, I think, maybe more what made me a musician. After I graduated, I still lived there. I started going to Players Pub in Bloomington, Indiana.
We played there together, actually.
I love that. I loved that place.
Yeah, me too.
And, you know, when I graduated, most of my friends moved away from Bloomington because, you know, they're from all over the States.
Yeah.
So I didn't have that many friends. I started going to Players Pub, going to their blues jam on Tuesdays. And that became my community, my people. I went there every week, practically. Talked to people. It was social. There was music and drink and food. And they were very, I don't know what's the word, encouraging. They were very encouraging to me. And that really helped push me in the direction I'm going. Yeah. And some of them believed in me, which is crazy, right?
I don't think it's that crazy.
Yeah, and then I was like, wow,
Sometimes
that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
sometimes
sweet.
it takes other people to kind of see, you know, the true person when the person doesn't even realize who they are. And I think that being in that kind of community, really a positive influencing community, has always been really formative for a lot of people in many different ways.
I think that's the absolute truth. Be nice to people.
Yeah.
You know, encourage their art. If they're having a good time, even if they're not good at it, you know, yet, that's okay. They're not good at it yet. They might be one day, right?
Yeah.
Encourage them.
And what you might not think is good might just be a very subjective choice.
That's also true. Very true.
Right? Like, you know, because like someone might be not playing, you know, Living on a Prayer or something like that, you know, that you might be interested in. It's really important to realize that other people like other things, and that is okay.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
opinions are, everybody's got one.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And that they don't always match up.
Truth.
So cool. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your little guitar collection here. You only brought two
I only
pieces
brought
today.
two of them. Yeah, I have a lot.
Yeah.
Not a lot. I
You
guess
and-
for someone my age, I have a
Yeah.
lot.
You and I are big on the gear. So tell me about these guitars. What are the stories behind them?
It's just an Epiphone SG. I think it's like the G400 S Pro or whatever. I don't know. The little thing is gone here. I take those off because I want to adjust the truss rod.
Yeah.
It's annoying. I keep putting it on and off, blah, blah, blah. If I'm going to work on it,
I'm the same
take
way.
it off. I got this at Broadway Music just down the street, really.
Cool.
And I never thought I was an SG guy. SGs, they have these horns and they're a little more rock and roll. I never thought I was an SG guy, but I just picked this up and I was like, ooh, it's lightweight, which I'm a big fan of. If you're playing a lot, I think lightweight guitars are the way to go.
Yeah.
Why make it harder on yourself?
Yeah, your body.
Some people say the tone's in the weight. I don't know. Maybe a little bit.
I don't think the tone is entirely in the weight, but I think the thing that affects the tone is the sustain is in the weight.
Resonance, yeah. I agree that there is definitely some resonance which can, help with sustain and stuff that is in weight.
Absolutely.
I agree.
So now you said you bought a Broadway music. Was it recently, or is it like something you've had for a piece you've had for a while?
I've had it for maybe 6 months or so.
Oh, okay. So it's relatively new then.
Yeah, and he's got the full humbuckers. Humbuckers. Not used to those. It's a little fuller and throatier. I brought it today because this is like a very stripped back kind of set, so I wanted a little something more full.
Yeah, and I definitely think that your songs are more conducive to electric, instruments. I would say than.
It's what I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
Lightweight.
So I think that was something to make a note of today. Was when we were talking, you said, "Yeah, I'd like to go electric," and I was like, it makes sense because that's kind of the. Excuse me. That's kind of like the vibe that I typically see you play in, even when it's a solo gig. Like,
yeah, even solo, I do a full electric, and no one's like, "Oh, I miss the acoustic." Blah blah blah.
Yep.
And acoustic is its own animal. It's a beautiful instrument, and I would love to do more acoustic at some point, but I'm like a big tone nerd, and I can never get the sound I want live. With an audience on acoustic.
Yep.
Because I want to put like a freaking condenser mic on it, and I don't want to plug in. I just want, it ends up feeding back and sounding weird.
It's difficult, with acoustics to make them sound the wood sound, like the actual, not the pickup that goes into the the acoustic, where it sounds like tinny and.
Dude, so often. Yeah. Those piezo's or piezos, they have this very like high-end quack typically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not in general a big fan of that. But I've heard your guitar with the piezo. And I think A, that's a very nice guitar. B, I think it's something to do with the sound hole cover you put on.
It's that actually only just stops feedback.
Yeah, I know.
That's all that does. But what you're hearing is this guitar actually has a small microphone in it as well.
And you can mix and match it,
So
right?
I can mix and match, yeah. So I've kind of like dialed in. I knew where my tone is and certain things, and I'll adjust it while I'm playing live, just like I would, my electrics.
Yeah.
So now that we're talking about gear and stuff, I guess we could talk about the next tune, but does gear ever, give you creative songwriting
Inspiration?
Inspiration, yeah.
That's a good question. Guitars, yes. Guitars for sure. The sound and feel. Often, guitar can just make me think and practice in a different way, which will in turn eventually lead to different inspirations. I like to play around with tunings a lot. That's why I got this guitar. It's in a different tuning.
Okay.
I would spend 5 minutes trying to get it right on this guitar, and then it's set up different. So it would be hard to play.
Yeah.
What I want. Yeah, tuning, trem bars, all make me think differently. I think it's nice to get outside of what you're normally used to.
I think for a comfort thing and for growth, absolutely. But another point, we are a studio here, and I tell people specific tones are very subjective, right?
Oh yeah.
But we often think I want that Niles Rodgers sound. I want that bridge mid strat or the neck on a strat pickup for that, quacky
Quack, quack, quack.
But here's the thing is, if you're going for specifically that sound, that's great. But creativity can also come from, in the 60s and the 70s, they were just building weird synthesizers and seeing what sound came out.
Totally.
So I think that some of that can carry over into a songwriter, and I think that that's something that there's not necessarily talked about a lot, is how gear from one, typical genre can be carried over into something that is not necessarily traditional in that realm.
Totally.
And I think it's super cool that you pointed kind of that out a little bit, is it's more of a rock guitar, right? The SG, but you're doing it in your own way, and I love that kind of thing.
Thanks. Yeah, it's a little pointy, but it gets the job done.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about this next tune. What's the name of this one?
This one's called Nature of the Beast.
Cool. What's the premise behind it?
Well, first off, it sounds cool.
Yeah.
All right, that's the most important thing. I'm a sound guy, okay. So I wrote this with James Guetta, who you had on here just recently, right?
Yep.
My guy, he is great with the words.
He is probably one of the best lyricists I've ever met.
Yeah, me too. And he wrote most of the words of this, for sure, if not all of them. But we worked together. I was like, I brought the vibe, you know, like, oh, man, we need a slow, moody, kind of Latin-ish kind of thing. It's dark, it's dirty sounding. Lots of reverb, maybe a little delay, a little tremolo. It's gonna be sultry and sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we came together and worked on something.
That's cool. So, like, let's talk about that, actually, because I didn't realize that you, like, team up with other songwriters and stuff a lot.
I've teamed up with James a lot over the last year.
Okay,
cool. A lot over the last year.
So what's that process like between you guys? Is it you just approach him with a musical idea, or do you guys, like, brainstorm lyrics together, or, like, content, or, like, the context of what it's going to be about?
It has changed. We don't have one way we've done it. Sometimes I bring a melody, a chord progression, a vibe, a feel. Like, I think that's how it worked with this song. This song was like, oh, okay, you want bass line. All right, yeah, and we worked from there, kinda. And then it was kind of inspired by real life. I have a lot of, not a lot, but occasionally there's some older women who are into me.
Okay.
And
yeah, that happens to me, but I'm also an older man.
and I'm, kind of have to push them off a little bit.
Okay.
Not as intensely as this song kind of says, right?
But, it's art. You can kind of stretch
of course,
the boundaries.
of course. It's
That's
not
what it is.
real. This is not real. It's art, right? Which just makes it real, though. It's real in feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, went from there, vibes, chord, melody, chord progression, sit down with James, working out some lyrics. I was like, nah, that's good. No, that's not good. Give us some ideas. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's how this one worked. But there's some times where I have most of the song written, like the next song's gonna be most written, and I need like specific help. Like, hey, I think this needs another chorus.
Or a different line. Or
different line. Blah, blah, more like nitpicky. Like, I'm not sure about this, and he'll give me ideas when he's thinking. I won't do it today, but there's a song where he just wrote completely a few years ago, and I've adopted it, and I play it in a completely different way. So yeah, we're figuring that out. It's been a great partnership. Me and James work together quite a bit.
Yeah, and you guys work really well together, might I add.
Thank you. It's been really fun. It's a learning experience, which is why I started it. I was like, you know what? I wanna sing harmony. I wanna like play some twangy guitar, which is a lot of fun. And yeah, we've learned a lot from each other. I think it's been mutually beneficial.
That's the way that the world should work.
Yeah.
Well, let's do it, man. What's this one called, you said?
It's called Nature of the Beast.
Nature
it's
of
an
the Beast,
E
that's
minor,
right.
all right? We're going to start with just one chord hit, and I'll sing 1, 2, 3. That's the nature of the beast. It can't be held. Yeah. If I was gonna change by now, I'd change myself. 5, yeah, here we go. So you can keep your advances, oh yeah, your notions of romances. Say, that's the nature of the beast. You should know him well. I'm not trying to be mean. I tell the truth. Hey, feeding me shots like I'm a ticket to your misspent youth. I can take any drink you put in my hand, oh, but to take you home would take a weaker man. You ain't got no charm, I'd rather drink alone. Alright. And go ahead, take one, man. You ain't got no charm, must have left it at home. Hey, for the last half hour I've been sitting staring at my phone. I can take any drink you put in my hand, I will take you home, take a weaker man. Hey, you ain't got no charm, I'd rather drink alone. That's the nature of the beast, I can't be tamed. Hey, my little black book's filled with numbers of girls who just ain't the same. You can keep on talking, baby, well, it's your call. I'm saving you trouble well in the long haul. It's the nature of the beast, so forget my name. Let's take it to C, yeah. Hey, it's the nature of the beast, so forget my name. Hey, nice.
Well, that was fun.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
I think we might be talking about the same lady in that song.
Yeah.
Or just another version of the same lady. I like the line, staring a half hour looking at your phone. That's so true.
It's true.
Just a reminder to everybody, when you're out watching live music, don't do this the whole time. And don't miss your cue to clap when there is one that you actually enjoy clapping.
Oh, yeah, clap. It's nice. We like it.
You feel that way during the show. Reciprocate. Yeah, I think
it's a cultural thing.
It's definitely a cultural thing.
Yeah.
You know, it used to be very, very fine wallpaper.
I guess.
Your job is to be ambiance.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
That's okay.
That is okay.
Look at your phone, look at the sports. I don't blame them. Like, that's cool. Still, I take it personally. I'm like, oh, man. What did I do?
Why am I here? What am I doing to myself?
Yeah.
But those gigs are always fun. You know, they got their own learning experiences from them.
Yes,
so.
And I will go and counter you. They're not always fun.
No?
But that's all right.
Okay.
That's okay. Not everything's fun.
No, not everything
it's a job.
is fun. That's true.
Sometimes it's a job, and you're like, I gotta play guitar to make this money so I can eat.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
That's
Most
true.
of the time, I love it.
You are absolutely right about that. I stand corrected. So, let's talk about some of the other hobbies and things that maybe kind of have influenced you in music. Like, are you into do you like paintings or you
hobbies.
like, Different coffees.
Oh my God, hobbies. Wow, I've done so much music over the last few years. I'm sure you kind of feel like this as well, that sometimes like the rest of life is very removed sometimes.
Oh yeah.
You don't have time for other things. And that's kind of sad.
It is fairly sad.
Right?
I also
Yeah.
don't think that people realize in order as an artist to like move forward, there has to be a level of dedication to where you can't necessarily put yourself in, normal people situations of like, something as simple as like for me, like something as simple as like dating,
Yeah.
Dating is very difficult as a musician because you're out long hours and chances
Totally.
are most people in the area and most people in society don't, they work like a 9-to-5 kind of job or something of
Yeah.
that nature. So seeing one another is very difficult. So I think that by no means does that mean that I don't, try to date or anything, but it definitely adds this level of unnormalcy to a normal world.
Yeah. Nick
You know?
Zonis is trying to date, y'all.
Oh yeah, check out my
Yeah. Don't listen to him on that.
whatever dating sites there are.
Yeah, that was totally a tangent, but nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about what inspires me, like hobbies and stuff outside of music. Sad to say, but I watch too much TV sometimes. Is that a hobby? No, shouldn't be. But I try to at least keep it artistic or interesting. I think there's a lot we can learn from art and empathy. And learning about other people and other situations and cultures. So at least I try to get that out of TV. Netflix.
Is there specific shows that you watch?
Oh my God. So many. I like magic stuff.
Okay.
The Magicians.
That's cool.
The Magicians.
I never knew that about you. Yeah.
I'm a big nerd. The Magicians on Netflix. It was on Sci-Fi originally. Oh my God! All the seasons are on Netflix right now. Killer. If you like sex, drugs, and magic, boy, do I have a show for you.
Uh-oh.
Great, fantastic.
Which one is it?
The Magicians.
It's called The Magicians.
Yeah, it's just
okay.
called The Magicians.
Okay.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's like if Harry Potter were like college, like postgraduate college, 20-somethings, lit.
Huh.
I'm a nerd.
Wow.
Ay. And more.
See, and I'm the I'm the other opposite nerd. I watch History Channel documentaries and things that are like food because of my Crohn's disease. I'm constantly trying to learn about like how foods affect the body and different digestive enzymes. So I watch all these like doctor, like seminar things and stuff. I'm like totally the opposite nerd.
I'm bored by real life. I like fiction. I like crazy scenarios, over the top things.
You're not a reality TV show guy.
No, I hate reality TV.
Yeah, me too.
I hate reality TV. Also, that's just so emotionally charged.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
feel like sometimes it just brings out like something weird in me, like physically weird. Like Jerry Springer did that too. It's like I could not sit in that same room as Jerry Springer is on when I was a kid. Like it made me feel not good.
Yeah. Well, it's because, they say, it's been proven is energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transferred. So if you're watching that and you're receiving that energy, you're absorbing some of that. So.
Well, hobbies, I don't know. I've been working out a bit lately. Trying to
Cool.
stay healthy. I try to stay healthy.
That's good.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I like eating. I like drinking.
Nice.
I like TV. I don't know. Ay. Listening to music.
Yeah, listening to music. What's a new artist you heard recently? Someone that you just discovered?
Oh my God. Recently, okay. Layla McCalla, and I can't spell her name. It's spelled really weird. She was in the Carolina Chocolate Drops, which I was a big fan of, which were like a very folksy, kind of jug bandish thing, but they're also kind of politically charged because it was all people of color trying to reclaim folk music in a way, which is sweet. I'm big into that too.
Nice.
Yeah. But Layla McCalla, she has her own solo projects now, which apparently I didn't know about. I didn't even know her name, but she just played cello in the band. And she has this album called The Capitalist Blues.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it's right up your alley.
It's killer. Killer. It runs the gamut genre-wise. From super... She's from Louisiana, I believe.
Okay.
She has some Haitian in her.
I was gonna ask if there was like some of that like Nolans kind of music coming out of.
Yeah, she has some Haitian in here,
Okay.
and she's influenced by calypso music and stuff. So there's a lot of that kind of Latin island thing coming out, which is such a cool groove and sound that we all kind of heard at some point in the back of our head.
We just don't realize what.
Yeah,
it
we
is.
just don't know what it is,
Yeah.
and then you hear him like, oh yes,
Yeah,
I
the
want to
steel
dance.
drum.
I want to dance with somebody. Yeah, so that, and plus it's super politically charged. I love political music. I don't really make much, but I love political music. I like when
Interesting.
people are trying to say something.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's why I love James Guetta.
I was gonna say, like, do you think that in your like songwriting, is there like one overall theme that you're trying to accomplish, or is it mostly just feels and like based on the music and the lyrics are secondary?
I think what you said second. So yeah, lyrics for my music tend to be very secondary. I'm mostly going for a vibe or feeling first. Feeling, I want to groove. And that's how I listen to music at first. Does it sound and feel good? That's how I listen to music at first. I think kind of most people are like that.
Most people are.
Could be wrong. But I think most people are like, takes them a couple listens to get the lyrical meaning of something. They're
Yes.
just like, oh, do I like how this feels? Do I want to move or do I want to like, think and reminisce, And that's how a lot of my original music is, I believe, how it comes out of me. But I like listening to tons of songwriters who are like lyric forward.
Yeah.
James Guetta, he's one of
yeah.
that. He's super inspired by Jason Isbell. I'm sure he mentioned him.
Yeah, we talked quite a bit about so many different songwriters and like what he considers his style, and just kind of some of the same questions. Like we didn't go off on these tangents, but we went off on our own weird tangents.
Yeah,
because again, it's just a conversation, just like kind of letting people into the artist, getting to know, what we're working on as far as like what kind of styles and some samples, some of the tunes. Which brings me to the next point. I know that you've been working in the band setting quite a bit recently.
Yeah, more and more lately. I've been consciously trying to do more band work and less kind of solo and acoustic type stuff. That's just where my heart is right now. And I have a great band.
Yes, you
Very
do.
blessed to be working
yeah.
with Mark Adrian on the bass and harmonies and Benny Boomba Piazza on the drums and harmonies.
Benny just recorded a song here.
Yes, he
this,
did. It comes out
last-
today, Valentine's Day.
Which is when we're recording this. But yeah, Valentine's Day. So make sure you get over to Benny Piazza's page and check out the song Run.
Yeah, sounds great. Recorded here at Region Buzz.
Yep. But so, in that context with the band, is that kind of like where you see the trajectory of things going, at least in a short forthcomings? Or
Yeah, at least for the next year or so. Yes, we have a good band. We can do 3-part harmonies. Oh, it's so sweet.
It's
I
rich.
love it.
I love those rich
Having
harmonies.
a drummer who can sing and well, that's uncommon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And plus, they're all into the music I like. Maybe
Yeah.
not as much as I am. But I'm sure you've worked with tons of people who are not necessarily into exactly what you want to do.
Yes.
But they're talented musicians and they get the job done. But it's nice to find some people who are inspired,
By the same thing.
Yeah, by the same thing. It's cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that with having people that are in that same realm, and it comes off more organically and more I don't want to say truthful, because nothing is necessarily false.
Yeah,
But it's not processed. It's very just like intuitive. It becomes intuitive as the player and like working with other people, that they kind of get that feel of exactly that sound, because they've heard, like for me, it's like a Freddie King's thing, like I want that Freddie King, stops and hits on the drums. But unless someone knows Freddie King tunes like that, they're not gonna know that vocabulary.
Totally. Yeah, it's vocabulary. I think of it as not only just like a language. We often say that music's a language. And it is. But there are many different dialects. Like you can learn Spanish and you can learn it how someone from Spain would speak it, or you can learn how someone from Mexico would speak it, or Argentina. And those are 3 different things. Like, yes, it's Spanish, and they'll be able to understand each other, but there are different words and dialects and feelings. And English, I guess, is maybe more present to everyone. You know, like, there are many dialects of English, like people from Australia. You know, it's a different thing. Some people, you could hear in Australia, they'll say a whole sentence, and you have no idea what they just said.
Yeah, you have
it's
to really
English.
try to process it, but it doesn't come off the same way
Exactly.
we
So
speak.
someone can know how to play a blues, per se, but they don't have that dialect. They don't have that, the listening. They don't have the listening there. It's not in them. They haven't absorbed that yet. And that's, you know, whatever. Some people can play blues like that, and that's fine. But I prefer someone really delved in a little deeper.
Yeah.
Did the listening.
Because then the emotion of the music comes out more. It's projected to the crowd, and it projects that feeling better. Because if it feels fabricated, or like, you know, the bass player doesn't necessarily know like the like the little intricacies of how to say ba-da-ba-dum, you know, or ba-ba-ba-dum. Like, if they don't know how to literally like say exactly that sound you're going for, because they're not used to hearing it in that way, it's just a weird territory to be in sometimes.
I agree, you know, and that's okay. Not everyone can play everything, and that's all right. But if you want to try to play something and do it well, don't just read about it and learn the right notes.
Yes.
Listen to it.
Yes.
A lot of it. Go see people live and see what they do. Absorb it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always walk away. Like, if you're a young songwriter watching, you know, some of my advice would be take just, you know, a little tablet of paper, you know, or your phone, your notepad on your phone, and take 5 notes. Every time you go see live music, take 5 notes of what you absorbed from that show. It can be something you really liked or something you really don't like.
Oh, yeah.
And learn from it, because that's going to be something that, as a musician, as a songwriter, as a performer, and as a listener, you gain more knowledge to like progress yourself forward in that art form.
Totally.
So,
But
at any rate, we're off on a tangent. I don't even know where we were at that point. But
that was good stuff.
yeah, it was all nice and juicy there.
Interesting. Useful.
So let's talk about this third tune. What's this third tune going to be today?
I got to switch guitars here.
All right, switch that guitar.
So I'm going to pull the cable out a little bit. Might make a sound. Just so you know, guys. Ah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice, pro. This third song is called Have Faith.
All right.
It is... okay.
The race car strap.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Race car, stripe.
We on the strap today. Kenny Wayne Shepherd's signature. Actually, a friend of mine let me borrow this.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah. It's a little heavy, but
It's a beautiful guitar.
Oh, it's sweet. The thing sounds... You know what? This thing sounds thick.
Yeah.
It's stratty but thick. Well, that's because it's got like 13s on it or something.
Oh, wow.
I use it in open tunings. I'm not bending. I can't bend those. Yeah. So this song is called "Have Faith." It's a love song. I wrote about Denise Coleman.
Aww.
Yes.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy
Denise.
Valentine's Day. It's an open G, which is fun. So melody-wise. So, you know, usually on drums, we kind of got this New Orleans...
The clave rhythm, yeah.
Yeah, kind of a clave thing, right? A little Bo Diddley-ish, right?
Me too, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I love that. And I think originally the melody and the chords for the verses, it's, you know, just a jazzing up version of Little Walter's My Babe. You're my babe, she don't stand no cheating, my babe. Oh yeah, she don't stand no cheating, my babe. You know, that's where it originally came from, because I did that with my band a couple times. And then we got so far away from the original, I was like, well, this is becoming its own song. So the verses came from there. I got a melody, then chorus. Chorus goes into kind of a gospel thing. It's slightly gospel inspired, and even the name "Have Faith." It's some religious elements, which I love gospel music. I am not a religious person, Sorry. You can believe whatever you believe, but I'm not particularly a religious person. But I love old gospel music. You know, if it's from the heart and it's done well, I like it. So it's gospel.
And it should always be honest, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's have you get plugged in.
Oh, yeah, duh.
We're going to tune up and...
Turn up greens. Okay, so we're talking about this song. We in a weird tuning. This is not common for... it's not standard. Most guitars are tuned to standard tuning, right? This is not. This is an open tuning. It's open G. Sounds like this. Except a little more in tune, right? And I started playing this because I was listening to a lot of old-timey blues, right? And they just tuned to whatever sounded good.
Yep.
You know, if it sounds good, it works, right? No one
That's
taught
why a lot
them.
of people could not really, for a long time, couldn't really redo like the old Robert Johnson stuff, is because he tuned in just that exact way. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you have to. He's not tuned to 440 or anything. No, he didn't have an electronic tuner or anything. Yeah, just tuning by ear and what sounded felt good, which is cool. I like that. So I was inspired by the tunings, gospel, blah 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 blah. I probably can talk a lot about this. Slide
That's
2.
all right. That's cool, man. Talk
I love
about
slide guitar. It's different. A lot of old blues players play it. Hawaiian stuff too.
it. Yeah.
It's great for melodies. Because you can get a lot of vibrato sliding in between notes.
Speaking
easy.
of gospel, I think I've heard you do a slide version of Amazing Grace.
Oh, I'm sure I have. I do.
Yeah,
I do
think
that.
that was one of the first songs I've ever heard you do.
Nice. I like doing that, especially on electric, you know, put a little dirt, a little trim, get vibey,
Oh, yeah.
feel it. Yeah, nice and loud.
Super cool.
Yeah, all right.
Let's have some faith then.
Okay, all right. 5 now. Yeah. Well, in the past, my love has been lukewarm. You showed up, took my world by storm, turned my life around where the possibilities abound. Yeah, my heart, my soul, and mind being transformed. Yeah, I'm feeling lonesome, but we talking every day. You've been on the road, but my mind hasn't gone astray. Love you and I need you, wish I was there to squeeze you, but soon enough we gon' sit down, have a nice cabaret. Take the 4. Hey, Faith. Hey, Faith. Yeah, I know you gon' be gone a while. I'm gonna call and send you letters. Oh, you ain't gonna find no one better. Hey, Faith. Hey, Faith. Well, the way you dance and the way I sing, I know this is a sure enough thing. Whoop and holler, shake and shout, girl, we're gonna be a real knockout. Yeah, I'm gonna buy you a big fat wedding ring. Let's bring it down a little bit. I was blind, now I see. Yes, your love resurrected me. Break out the wine, put the steak on the fire. Yeah, my girl headed home to me. 'Cause, hey, Faith, we no longer have to wait and plan. Yeah, honey, take my hand, we gonna make it, I know we can. Hey, Faith, hey, Faith. Go on, Nick. Let me take one here. Of course. Hey, hey, Faith. Hey, Faith. Yeah, for you, I walk that straight and narrow path. Oh, through all the darkness, we gon' see if you just believe in me. Hey, Faith. Hey, Faith.
Hey! Hey! So there's this interesting thing that a lot of people, some people notice and some people don't. But at the end of a song, when everything goes remotely okay and you know the start and you know the end and you're together, musicians have this way of looking at each other and smiling, but it only happens for like a half a split second at the end of a song. Mm-hmm. And what I've noticed is because of masks, I haven't had the ability to see that with other people.
Yeah.
And so I love these sessions because it's allowing me to have intimate sessions that are a lot more safe than sitting in a bar without a mask and all that kind of thing. And being able to catch that just now, it just gave me some serious joy. So thank you, Jack. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you for following me along, because I know some of those songs, you're not super crazy, they're not complicated, but they got some stuff in it that's hard to follow just on the fly.
Yeah, those are different than a lot of the tunes that we've had on the singer-songwriter showcase thus far. But that's why I asked you to come in, right? Because it's just fun to play different music. You might not see me play a straight up roots gig for 3 hours, but it doesn't mean that I don't love roots music or something about it, or that I can't sit and enjoy it on stage with someone else. And I think that's it goes into one of the points that you made earlier that is a huge part of what my music is all about is empathy. Being able to empathize with something that might not necessarily be the subject or what you're necessarily accustomed to doesn't make it wrong. It doesn't make it bad. It just makes it different.
Totally. I think people also need to just kind of be pushed out of their comfort zone. Try to empathize with people who are different than you. Try to listen to music that's maybe, different than the genres you're used to. Not only that, this might be a weird subject, but I think diversity in what you're listening to is important. If you're listening to just all white men, maybe you should try to listen to something a little different and hear a different perspective.
It allows you to see the world through someone else's eyes that you didn't necessarily, that you don't necessarily understand.
Yeah, you can learn something.
Yep.
You can learn something from listening or watching people from different perspectives, backgrounds, cultures, all sorts of things.
All different things, religions, all that stuff. Because it's not, art is not meant to be a competition. It's not like a competition of like my thing's better than yours or your thing's better than mine, or it's we make it competitive because we're human, in human nature is I guess what I'm trying to say. We make it competitive, this music's so much better than this music. No, it's all subjective,
Yeah.
And so, I think you bring up a good point. It's hit it right on the head. Is listening to other people that sound different than you, and getting used to it, and just learning something from it, even if you don't enjoy the music.
Yeah.
Take a second and just try to learn something from it.
Totally.
And that goes with anything in life.
Yeah,
not
it
just
really
music.
does. It really does. It really does.
So.
Did my guitar sound too bad on that last one? I realized the tone knob was real way down. I just kind of went with it.
I like the thickness of it.
All right, just thick.
Yeah.
Mad thick
Because I got the kind of trebly.
Yeah, all right,
acoustic.
cool.
It was a nice contrast with the two different tones and stuff. So, so I know that you're working with the band moving forward here short term, and before we kind of close out the session, why don't you talk a little bit about where people can find your music? What are some of your plans moving forward? Do you have like the full band album coming out at a specific time? I know you guys have been recording. I've been kind of following you guys on social media. Make sure you follow Jack Whittle Music on social media.
Yeah.
Social media. Jack Whittle Music. Tell them how to spell your last name.
Whittle.
Whittle Music.
Yeah, you heard of people like whittling wood?
Yeah.
That's a thing. Some people do it sometimes, right? That's a thing. It's like little with a WH too.
So, serious question. Do you come from like a surname background, maybe ethnically, that is like Whittlers or something?
I have no idea. I never even thought of that. That's crazy. What if my family, on my father's side at least, are like...
Maybe they were like...
They're just wood,
maybe
carvers,
they're
little wood things.
ancient Whittlers.
Wow, that's awesome. Oh.
So
no,
that
no
means
idea.
no idea.
I have
okay.
no idea.
Yeah. But where can they find your music, and what are some of your upcoming projects you're working on?
All right. I guess where first? All right. JackWhittle.com. WHITTLE. I'm sure my name will be on this video spelled out somewhere, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Cool. Next thing, Jack Whittle Music on Facebook, like you mentioned. I've been posting on there pretty consistently. Just a lot of pictures, a lot of little videos of the stuff I'm doing. I'm working a lot kind of lately, so there's a lot of little things up there.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
I like some of your... you have an open mic on Wednesdays at one of my favorite places to play, Elements.
Yes, Elements Wine Bar. Every Wednesday, Valparaiso, Indiana. Elements Wine Bar, 7 to 10 p.m.
And in the summer, it's outside.
Oh, it's so
which
nice
is
in
so
the
nice
summer.
over there. It's such a beautiful scenery, and they got great wines for those of you that are into that kind of thing.
It's a little fancy, but it's nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
I dig it.
Yeah, that's a great gig. Tuesdays, I'm at Finnegan's Pub,
Finnegan's.
a classic of the area. The Jam at Finnegan's Pub. It's a special jam.
It is.
It really is. It really is. I luckily hosted with great guys. Lots of amazing musicians walk through that door. Like Derek Caruso, Ryan Fromm, Kenny Kinsey was there. Jerry Clemens was there last week. Man, we lucky.
We got a lot of fantastic musicians that have some serious recognition, not just in the region, but nationwide, and some of them even internationally.
Yeah.
And hopefully, if Elon Musk makes it happen, maybe we'll have some music on Mars soon.
Ha. I can keep plugging myself all day. So we got first and third Sundays at Evil Horse Brewing in Illinois. What's the name of that town? No, not Chesterton.
That's Evil Horse's...
Lost track.
Not Moments.
Nope, not
Homewood.
Moments away. No, south of Homewood, north of Moments. Somewhere between. Evil Horse Brewing, look it up.
Homewood.
Nope, it's not Homewood.
Oh.
Crete! I knew it was the
There,
same.
thank you, Ben.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. All right, first and third Sundays at 5 p.m. That is a nice, chill open mic on a Sunday at a great time. So even if you work at Monday, you could still go there at 5, hang out with some friends, have a beer, go home at a good time, and get some sleep.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. I'm on Instagram, too. I think it's jack.whittle.102. It's a lot like my Facebook, honestly.
Cool.
But yeah. Oh, projects. Oh, my gosh. I'm talking a lot, aren't I? That's okay.
All right. That's what this is, right?
Projects. I'm working on a full band album with my guys, a trio, and we hope to have it out this spring.
Nice.
We have the rhythm tracks all done. All the bass and drums and guitars all down.
Sweet. And I see Mark is kind of helping you produce and record that, correct?
Yes, Mark is, he's got a little home studio going on there, which has been real fun process.
So it's different. Like a lot of people don't realize there's like, you go to an actual studio for a certain vibe, and then you go to like home studios for a certain vibe.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's okay to like try things outside of your comfort zone, but also just to get like the feel of like a specific kind of, sound or a specific vibe or a specific feel. Like I can't tell you how many times I'll record one of my parts over a Caught on Klein song that was like a solo, for instance. I'd rather just do it in my bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm used to playing there,
Totally.
There's not the pressure of, a lot of different things. But in the same sense, I love coming to the studio because it makes me think in a different way, because I have the perspective of an engineer that has that kind of like input, into like the process that is kind of a third party, and is looking at it as just what the song needs rather than what I would think it might need.
The pressure can be great. Having a different set of ears as well is awesome.
So I think that that's important for everybody to realize is like having different studios doesn't mean that like one is better than the other. It's just a matter of the vibe and the context of what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So, but cool. Do you have a name for the album yet?
Nope.
No? Oh, okay.
Nope.
Is there a concept to it, or is it just a collection of really cool tunes?
The concept is it sounds good.
All right. That's the concept.
Yeah.
Buy this album.
Good,
it sounds good. By Jack Whittle Trio.
Hey.
Any cool trio, like trombones or horns or anything on it?
Oh, we're going to get some stuff. There's going to be some harmonica.
Sweet.
My guy Doc Malone in Bloomington, Indiana.
I've heard you play with Doc, yeah.
Love that guy. We're going to get some saxophone. We have a couple ideas for that.
Is your brother playing sax on this one?
No.
No?
I love
come
him,
on,
but
Ken. Get on it, brother. Shout out to Ken. Great dude.
There might be some violin as well.
Oh, Stefan, maybe? Ooh.
Probably, yeah.
Stefan.
Yeah.
Hey, Jude.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming on the show, man. We'll have to do it again once you are ready to release. We'll get that. We'll do this again, and maybe we're looking to potentially in the near future actually have full bands do this. But we're waiting for the weather to kind of warm up.
Yeah.
Before we start having people dragging stuff in and out of icy roads and stuff like that. But for now, singer-songwriters, this is the Freakin Friday Session. I am Nick Kazonis with Jack Whittle of Jack Whittle Music. So make sure you check us all out on Facebook and all our socials. Check out our music. Thank you to Regent Buzz for letting me do this because, well, it is my studio and I can do what I want in here technically. But I always like having different artists in here and having some fun. So if you know any artists that you'd like to have on this session, please reach out to our email, regentbuzz219@gmail.com.